A lot of people don't know or aren't aware of how um, fragile our perception is. Like what you know to be true, what you experience through your perspective, which is everything in your mind. That's how you experience the world, through your mind. There's nothing else. Like what you might be experiencing might not even be the reality. I mean, we all have sight, we all have, or not all of us, but we all have, most of us have sight and hearing and things, touch, smell, whatever. But all of that is interpreted through your brain. And your brain is, or our minds, are, they're vulnerable to outside, uh, outside things. Like, um, just like what people can, how can I explain this? What people can say to you can change your reality. Like, depending on um, the way someone says something to you, and the way you interpret it, and then the way you internalize it, and then the way you start interpreting the world because of it, really matters. I think that really matters. And I think not a lot of people, I mean, I think many people are aware, but like when I was younger, um, or for a long time, I wasn't really aware, or I knew there was like you would always see um older people being really careful around like cursing around children and stuff like that. So you always grow up knowing that your perception can be affected, but sometimes you don't know how how deep it actually goes, like how influential it is, and how difficult or how hard it can be to look past it, to look out of this bubble of perception that is built around you, that you build through your memories, your opinions about yourself, about other people. It's really difficult to look out of that. It's I've like nearly impossible. That's why you have people having certain, I don't know, that's why you have people like, you look at other people sometimes and they do certain things or say certain things and you wonder like, why in the world would they do something like that? Why would they um I don't know, why would they say this? Why would they um yeah, like why would they say this? Why would they act this way? And you wonder this, but they're in their world, they have a completely different perspective on everything. Their whole world is completely different, and you have no idea how different it really is. Like zero idea. I don't know. I mean, none of us know. We don't really know what's in other people's heads, but it's like another world. It's something else. Um, I mean, obviously there are similarities. We see, most of the time we see the same things, like a house or a tree, you know, but from things we've experienced from our life, we might see it differently. Like some people are, I don't know, you might even like look at a different person, right? We find, um what did they say? Like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So like you look at different things, and because of things that you have in your mind, like things you have stored up throughout your life, maybe, let's just say your mom or your dad said, like, made a comment about someone's nose, right? When you were a child, they made a comment, oh my god, that's big nose, or I have no idea, you know, it's a crooked nose or something like that. Like, um, and then you grow up, like, you might not know this, but that, like, somewhere in your mind, that is stored information that is like, um, even if you don't think it, you could, because we're like, because our memories span like so long, you don't really know what memory, um and how it has lived on in your mind throughout your life, how you have reinforced it, how it had formed you. Like, it's really difficult to determine that. So my point is, with all of this that I just said, is do not let other people determine who you are, what you should believe about yourself, how you should feel about yourself. Because people will try to do that. Everyone in your life, most people in your life will try to do that. Your family, I don't know, your parents might want you to do certain things, and they will tell you certain things to try and make you do them. Your siblings might tell you certain things because they want some certain things from you, or they don't like something about you, or people like, or your friends, even, like, I don't know, teachers, anyone in your life can say certain things, and those certain things can make you feel a certain way about yourself. It can make an impression on you. Maybe it wasn't even like incredibly rude. Excuse me. Maybe it wasn't incredibly rude or negative, maybe. But certain things people say, and maybe even do, can make you feel a certain way about yourself. And people can go on living their life every day, completely, miss letting, no, people can live their whole lives completely letting other people determine who they are, like how they should think about themselves. And really, like, all I'm trying to say with this is, like, who are you without all of that? Who are you without other people's negative opinions about you, criticisms, jealousy, um, I don't know, and even like good things. Like, I don't know, people might compliment you, inflate your ego, um, things like that. Like, and that could, they're too much of a good thing, too much of a bad thing can be bad. So I'm just wondering, who are you without, or maybe you might wonder this, like, who am I without certain things that people have said to me? Like, am I who I am because of, am I doing this certain thing because someone else has said something about me? Do I believe I'm a certain person based on what someone else has said? Do you know what I mean? So if you if you are someone that is, if you are someone that doesn't feel very good in your environment, if you're someone that feels like it's difficult for you to, I don't know, do things for yourself. It's difficult for you to, you're depressed, it's difficult for you to clean. It's difficult for you to study. It's difficult for you to generally take care of yourself, difficult for you to approach people. So I'm wondering what has led you up to that point? Like, you should not, I think, our basic, like, I think that this is my personal opinion. This isn't like, I'm not I'm not a doctor or anything. This is just my personal opinion. I think our basic, like, state, if things go right, I think most people should be happy, content, and they should feel good about themselves. That's what I believe. That I think that is every person's right to be happy, content, um, comfortable. I mean, relatively comfortable. You got to work and do things like that, study. That's. But I think that is part of the, like, feeling good. I think you should feel good about all of that stuff. I think you should feel good about studying, cleaning, um, doing things for yourself, even though you find them hard. I think that is part of a healthy life and part of a healthy person. But maybe other people have made you feel like, because of their selfishness, their wants and needs from you, or their, like dislike of you for certain things, it could be anything really. Billion, I mean, not billion, but many reasons why someone might not like you, someone might not, whatever. um so what I believe is that a lot of the time, the reason people don't do certain things, like, this is from my past experience as well, is because of how, a lot of the time, how your environment makes you feel. Like, how certain people, how certain people, what things people say about you. Like, and a lot of times it's not great stuff. Like, sometimes people can fall into like a selfish pattern, or may never even, they're in their own world. They think, I don't know, they take for granted like certain things. Like, I'm gonna give an example. Let's say, hmm, let's say someone wants you to do something for them because I don't know, they have this in their mind, like I said before, they have a belief that, they see certain things a certain way. They see you, and what they see is, someone that can do something for them, and they think you should, and then they start telling you things to make you feel like you should do them. But then when you don't, they start telling you things like you're lazy, you're, I don't know, yeah, you're lazy, you're this, you're that, to make you feel bad about yourself for not doing something they wanted you to do. And then you take that and you internalize it, and you start thinking to yourself, I'm lazy, I'm this, I'm that. And then you start to act on that, uh, on what they've told you. They have changed your perception of the world. to where now you think you're lazy, you're this, you're that, even though you're doing things for them. They they still call you lazy, blah blah blah, because they want you to do those things for them. They think it's like a great thing. They think they deserve your time. They deserve your like absolute effort. I mean, I don't know. It could be like a bad parent, could be like a terrible boss that asks way too much of you, could be, anyone taking advantage of you. And people think it's in their mind, it's harmless. In their mind, it's, I'm just trying to, do good things or whatever. I don't know. People come up with all sorts of things in their minds. But to you, like that's like a form of like enslavement, to change your perception of yourself, to tell you that you're a lazy person, terrible person for not doing certain things or not being a certain person, whatever. And 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 that just changes your whole perception, like of the world. Like it might make you feel like people are cold, or like that's all that's people. You might feel like that's what the world is really like, that like all people want is for you to do things for them, and then when you don't, you're a terrible person for not doing them. So you internalize this behavior of like people pleasing, for example, right? This is where I think it all comes from, is this like abusive sort of mentality some people have, where they think it's okay to use these levers, these psychological levers, to make you do things for them, um, or make you, I don't know, feel guilty or whatever. And I think that's such an evil, destructive, primordial, just like disgusting behavior. Like you genuinely think that you deserve to like make me feel this way just because you want me to do very something that you can do yourself, something easy, something that you don't have to destroy someone else to get something for yourself. You don't have to make someone feel bad, or yeah, it's like it's like a silent evilness, in my opinion. And there's so many people out there like that. They're just, out there every day. They pick a different target. They I don't know, just go their whole lives like that, like using people. I don't know. I'm going way deep, but yeah. And that's what I've been through in my life with my parents. I had to live with these people, and I live with them now. I'm gonna move out soon, but like the way when I lived with them previously, like I wasn't doing great mentally. But on top of that, they were like shaping my worldview of myself into um, such a negative place, like just so dark and bleak. Like, how could you do that to someone? Like, just thinking about where I was, like how I felt about myself, how how bad I felt about myself, and how little I could actually do for myself, because every time I wanted to do anything positive for myself, I would have this nagging thing in my mind that was telling me like, you don't deserve this, you don't, um you're a terrible person, you're like, you're a terrible person, you don't deserve this, you don't, like, and it's just mentally draining as well, on top of the fact that you're talking badly about yourself. Like, it's not only like this like negativity, it's not only like it like permeates your soul, like it goes deep inside you, and it radiates this negativity out into all of you, into everything you do. Like, people, I don't know, someone might be talking to you and they might say something, and because you have this negativity already, um already inside you, you interpret it, you take it in through this lens that is disgusting, that is anti you, that is trying to like, it's negative, every time, like, you even you might be even applying for a job, you might be like, you might even not do, or not do the work, but you might not even try to put in the effort because you feel so bad about yourself, like, you don't, like, who's going to hire me, I'm a terrible person, like, why would anyone ever do anything for me, or give me an opportunity of it, to anything, you know what I mean, like. And then maybe even this betrayal from your, I don't know, for me, my parents, um this betrayal, like, it affects relationships in your life, like other relationships. You don't, if it's big enough, the betrayal, the negativity or whatever, if it's big enough, if it's big enough, it can affect your relationships with other people. So, like, future relationships you have with other people, you might not even trust them, because you have these people that you trusted, but they tried to destroy you mentally. And it takes a while for you to, and the thing is, like I said, because you're living in this world in your mind, right? You interpret everything through your mind. And because this internalized world that was kind of molded around you through negativity, this, like, through just time, like, through time, bad intention, and just constant, like, eating at you, like taking a bite here, a bite there, um, until you're just kind of, you don't know, you don't know where you are. You forget who you are. Like, you forget how to enjoy things. You forget how to care for yourself. And it's all coming from this place. This place that wasn't like you. And then you leave this place for an extended period of time, and you start realizing things. You start to, you know, you still have this internal negativity, internal struggle, and something that you have to like fight every day, like something you have to decode every day, but you start to realize that people out there, people treat you differently. I mean, not all good, you know, not everything great, but people like they make jokes, they, you know, they say kind things, they, you know, they're just, I mean, a lot of the time nicer. And you don't have to like, you don't have to interpret it all negatively, but you still do, because there's so much of this world, like rigid structure built around you, that you, that it's hard for you to, you know, you really have to like, it's literally like trying to crawl. No, it's like trying to like break out of like a iron prison. It's like it's gonna take a lot of effort, because like I said, it's internal, like it's in your mind, it's your lens, and it takes a while for you to realize. And you have to really kind of decode all of this stuff that was said to you, done to you, how you felt about it, how it made you feel. Like you really have to think, like, and that's hard. That takes a lot of work. Damn, 29 minutes. Or not 29. I might cut this video a little short, but yeah, wow. I didn't realize I was talking for so long. But yeah. Yeah, just don't let other people make you feel bad. Like you're a person just like anyone else. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel positive. You deserve to relax. You deserve to do good things for yourself. Feel good about yourself. Yeah, everyone does. And don't let other people, like these evil, disgusting people, tell you how you should feel about yourself. That's it.